All right. So good morning everyone. Thank you so much for joining to this summit. The PR Student Summit is a summit or an event to sort of introduce public relations to undergraduates to get them started at an early space. So when they're at school, they already have an idea what public relations is. So even in school, they can start practicing even before graduating. And the unique thing about it is just imagine they start doing volunteer work right from school. They're already building experience. And when they graduate, they have experience, they have an edge over someone that is just trying to learn. So PR Summit is where we bring in professionals that are in the field of public relations to sort of speak to the students to encourage them that public relation is a viable career path and there are a lot of opportunities in it. But today we have two amazing speakers. We have Blessing Oduniyi and we have Edose Eromosele. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you. We know you're very busy, out of your busy schedule. You decided to do this with us at this time. So thank you so much. Um, yes, so that is it for me. I will be bringing out my colleague Dokas to tell us more about Nigerian women in public relations, what we do, and all of our objective, our programs, and what we're about. So Dokas, you have the mic. Hi Dokas, are you there?
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm here. I don't know, I'm struggling with my camera, but I think I'll just continue without it for now.
Okay.
Okay, so good morning everyone. Great to have everyone on the call. Thank you to our amazing speakers for also being here. And to the students on the call, trust me, you're fortunate to be here. You're going to benefit a lot from this meeting. And Um, I'm excited to tell you about Nigerian Women in Public Relations. My name is Dorcas Adebayo, and I'm the Corporate Communications and Partnership Executive at NWiPR. And so let's get to telling you a little about um, Nigerian women in public relations. So Nigerian Women in Public Relations is a professional social impact organization. And what we do is to provide support and learning resources to women who are practicing public relations and communications in Nigeria and abroad. Uh, our objectives are quite straight to the point. We 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 position ourselves to be a resource hub for learning and professional growth for every Nigerian woman who is working in public relations and communications. We also provide support for continuous relevance of Nigerian women who are also practicing PR and communications as the profession evolves. We are also a platform that presents the value, the results of women who are practicing PR and comms. Additionally, we promote the understanding and value of public relations, not just in business, but in our society as a whole. We believe that PR is valuable, not just for business growth, but for the sustainability of our society. Our SDG alignment, our SDG 4 and 8. SDG 4 is to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. And SDG 8 is to promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. And for all here, we mean the women that we support. Nigerian Women in PR has received several accolades in the past, including the Gender Mainstreaming Awards in 2021, and that is just a testament to the good work that we do here. Let me list some of our initiatives and tell you a little bit more about the Student Summit, which you're a part of this morning. So we have the Experiencing PR Annual Conference, which is our flagship initiative, where we present the value of public relations in business and in nation building. We also have publications, including the PR book and the PR magazine. We have 2 editions of each at the moment, and we're looking to publish the third one in 2025. We have the reverse mentorship workshop where we connect um, new professionals with professionals who are more experienced, so that there's a kind of uh, shared knowledge, shared understanding between both generations, or yeah, something like that. And then we also have the C-Suite Acceleration Program, which supports women and prepare them for senior management roles. Uh, in the coming year, we also look to have the Communications and Content Expo, a platform for young and mid-level professionals to get connected to job opportunities that are commensurate to the values that they have, and can give them value for, of course, the investment that they've also made in being trained as PR professionals. Finally, or just before that, we also recognize women every month, and these are our PR women of the month. And what we do is just to spotlight them and highlight the good work that they do in their profession. Now, the PR Student Summit, which we are doing right now, is an initiative to introduce the profession to undergraduates across Nigerian tertiary institutions. And what we just do is to bring professionals who have who studied mass communication, who have about 2 to 3 years experience in PR, and who graduated not too long ago and can understand the struggles of students, to just tell you why PR is worth it, why PR is a solid profession and a career path for you to follow. So that's it about Nigerian women in public relations, and I hope that you have a fantastic and um, meaningful experience here this morning. Yeah, I yield the mic back to you, Stella.
All right, thank you so much, Dorcas, for sharing that about Nigerian women in public relations. Up next, we're supposed to have the address to the students by the dean, but she sent me a message that she's currently in another meeting. So, before I go to the address, which Dorcas will be taking, because Dorcas is also a lecturer, we have some people that are raising up their hands. So, Queen, do you have a question? If you have a question, you can speak.
Ma, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear us?
Okay, I'm hearing you now. Thank you so much. Yes,
Oh,
I have a question.
Okay. All
I have
right.
a question, ma. Glad to meet you. I'm NTA College student. I noticed that some people cannot download some of my classmates cannot. We are actually having difficulty in getting through the link. So I don't know if whether you can address this so I can hook up to them to join. Some of the link was not reflecting. Okay, let's say I forwarded to them, and then I was able to join 2 people. The other one, I don't know whether it's her phone or what. I just want your experience. The link was not appearing. The link, instead of the blue to appear in order for her to click, it wasn't appearing. Is there any challenge, or is there anything maybe from her phone, so I can advise her, because she's waiting for me to tell her what to do? That's my
Oh,
question.
okay. Okay. Thank you so much. So the link is clickable. I can share the link again on the WhatsApp group. but the link is clickable. So if she's having an issue, if she's using her phone, she needs to put it on desktop mode so that it takes her to the app.
That's
Yes.
this. Thank you so much.
But I'm sharing the link again, just the link, but it's clickable. I see it here, it's clickable. But if she's not going to the app after clicking on the link, she should, if she's using a Chrome browser, she should change to desktop mode. It will take her to the
Desktop
app
mode.
directly.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes. Thank you for sharing
All
that.
right, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Bello's hand is already done. I think we addressed what you wanted to ask. So Dorcas will be addressing the student because the dean is currently in another meeting. So Dorcas, please, a short address to the students. Thank you. A little bit about public relations and what they stand to gain today.
Okay. So, well, I wasn't particularly prepared for this, but I guess as a fair professional, you're always prepared. So let's. Hello, students. Good morning again. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about public relations and also share with you what you hope to benefit from, or what you should expect to benefit from this meeting this morning. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, all right. So so public relations is all about managing and shaping the image of a brand, of a person, of an organization in the face of the public. So it's essentially about managing how the public views a person or a brand or an organization, and it's about reputation management. So, and in doing this, you find yourself building relationships with the media, engaging the public, handling communications crises, crafting messages, um, all of such activities to ensure that the impression of the public about the brand, the client, the individual, or the organization is solid, is positive. And uh, some of the key benefits of PR um, includes increased credibility. So you want that person to have to be credible. You want the public to have trust in that person or in that organization or in that brand. And you do this through different things like media coverage, interviews, news features, articles, uh, um, and sometimes all of these are even more effective than just putting out random advertisements. So you also build awareness of for the person or the organization that you're working for, that you're representing. You manage whatever crisis comes up. You help them navigate crisis by giving them, by offering them strategic responses. So by being strategic in your messaging and in your communication, you help them get out of reputation crisis and such issues. And also PR includes it helps you position the organization or the person or the brand as a leader in that industry, in that field, and and so on and so forth. So this morning, I want you, dear students, to open up your minds, to prepare yourself. So everything you've been learning about communications, public relations, mass communication, all of those things. This is an opportunity for you to maybe learn for the first time or even gain deeper understanding of this aspect of communications, of this aspect of mass communication, public relations. It is a credible career path. There are people practicing it, and that's why we have our amazing speakers on the call this morning. And for you to know that getting into PR shouldn't be difficult. It should be straightforward because there are people ahead of you, and we are bringing these people to help you, to guide you, to navigate that process so that you will have a smoother entry into the profession. And so I expect that at the end of this meeting today, you would understand what PR is better, and you would have an idea, or you'd have an understanding of how to get into this profession, and to even understand if this is a fulfilling career path for you. So our speakers on the call will help you understand all of these issues and tell you why it is worth it, and possible challenges in the field, and to see if you're cut out for this, if you have the skills, necessary knowledge, and capacity to function well in this profession and to thrive, most importantly. So please open up your minds this morning, prepare to learn, listen actively, uh, prepare questions that you think you want our amazing speakers to help you answer this morning, and rest assured that you're going to have this meeting is going to be impactful for you. It's going to be highly valuable for you, and you would forever be thankful that you were able to be here this morning. And on that note, I'll yield the mic back to Stella. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dorcas, for sharing that. We're very grateful. I just told you about that, and you did an excellent job. So thank you so much. So we are getting right. We're starting, and we have our first speaker, Blessing Oduniyi. She'll be she'll be giving us a lot because she has really prepared for this, and she's excited to share from her wealth of knowledge. Blessing is currently the communications officer for Punch Media Foundation. She's a very brilliant person. She has worked with different teams to achieve great results. And in other ways, she's a scholar. When I read her profile, I was like, wow, wherever she is, she's always creating impact. So she's here to also share and impact you today. So thank you so much, Blessing. You have the mic.
Oh, thank you so much, Stella, for that amazing introduction. I'm delighted and I'm elated. In fact, all the adjectives, all the TED, all the fascinated, fantabulous. Thank you so much for that powerful introduction. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to the Nigerian Women in Public Relations for this esteemed opportunity to share with students. It's something I look forward to. It's something I've always been passionate about. So I say thank you. I would like to share my screen. I greet everyone on the team. I celebrate Grace. I celebrate everybody on the team. My co-speaker, Miss Edose, I celebrate you. You're looking elegant and radiant. I celebrate you. So I would like
Thank
to
you
share
so
my
much.
screen now and begin my presentation. Please give me some time. Please, could you give me control to share my screen? Oh, can you see my screen now? I'd like to confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen. Yes.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay, so I have been asked to share about my PR experience, what I wish I knew as an undergraduate. But the truth is, my story is a beautiful story, right? Because I have a medical background. I graduated from the University of Ibadan, from the College of Medicine to be precise, and I'm a licensed medical laboratory scientist of Nigeria. But then you begin to wonder that what exactly now spurred me into PR? How did I get here? So I would say that all the dots of my life are connecting in a beautiful way. And I see that every phase, like every phase that God takes me through, He has helped me to discover myself. And I'm still on the journey of discovery, right? So my PR experience, what I wish I knew as an undergraduate, my journey to PR started when a younger version of me, we would have the opportunity, I would have the opportunity to anchor programs as young as when I was 10 or say 7 or 8, volunteering in church, anchoring different programs, or I would be called out of the blues, you have to do this, you have to do that. And then I started owning this public relations skills, but unknown to me that it was like a profession. I just did it, and I knew that also have been called to do something like this. And then I'll start to my favorite quote. Please, I would like to confirm we can all hear me moving forward. Can you hear me? Please, are we on the same page?
Yes,
Yes,
I can hear you. Yes.
All right, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
I just want to be sure that we have the right energy in the room. So please drop your favorite emoji in the chat. You can drop your favorite emoji to be sure that, so I'm sure that you're following, and I'm sure that you're with me on this one. So I'll start my favorite quote. My favorite quote says that our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. And then we ask yourself right now, who is blessing not to be brilliant? Who am I to be brilliant, rather? Who, who am I to be gorgeous? Who am I to be talented? Who am I to be fabulous, right? And then actually, who are you not to be? Who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your place small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it is in every one of you in this room, practicing public relations, aspiring to be public relations professionals. It is in every one of you. And as we let our own light shine, as you let your light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So I would like to say this is my anchor quote, because I say this quote to myself often, and that's why God has been helping me thus far, and I know He's still going to continue to help me. So this quote resonates with me on a great level, and it's the first slide because you cannot do public relations without knowing that you have been called to be a light, knowing that you have been called to shine in your sphere of influence. You cannot communicate for a particular brand or work with a particular agency and do well as a PR professional without coming into the fullness of all that you embody. Next slide. Okay, so it's by Marianne Williamson. And then embrace your potential and let it guide you in the pursuit of a career in public relations. So the PR journey, what I wish I knew as an undergraduate, right? So starting, I would lay the basics and then we move on from there. Starting in PR is challenging. It could be very, very challenging because the journey begins with uncertainties, especially without guidance. You're wondering what exactly is happening. How then do I do this? It's crucial to understand the landscape and seek out mentors who can provide direction. So one thing I've always learned in my journey is that I'm able to spot people that have gone ahead in this journey and then have one-on-one sessions with them and ask questions, because it helps to shorten your journey. It helps to make your journey faster. There are mistakes they've made that when you have a mentor that could provide direction, it would be very, very easy. And that's why I celebrate what the Nigerian Women in Public Relations is doing, because it's also a form of mentorship. Then the importance of networking. You cannot do PR without networking. Building relationships is key in this industry. Your peer-to-peer your peers today could be your colleagues tomorrow. And then the role of continuous learning. PR landscape is always evolving. You have to keep learning. And then there's a quote that resonates with me also in a very great manner. When you stop learning, you start dying. So as a PR professional, you always want to be up to date with what's happening, the news, current trends, and everything in your industry, because we have various industries. And okay, so what I wish I knew as an undergraduate, but I would be starting with what I knew as an undergraduate before moving to what I wish I knew. So as an undergraduate, right, remember I told you that I have a medical background, and irrespective, as I was studying medical lab, I was also doing other things by the side. So I was also volunteering. I was working with several organizations. I was attending conferences. I knew opportunities would not come to me. I knew I had to create those opportunities. So even as a student now, know that opportunities will not always come to you. Sometimes you have to stand up and create them. From early on, I understood that opportunities will not just fall into my lap. I made it a point to seek out internships, volunteer. I currently I'm a member of the Volunteer Hub Africa, funded by Chineye Adele. And it's a great privilege to be part of that all, because right from my days as an undergraduate, I was opportune to attend events. There are events where they will have to pay for thousands of naira, but because you're a volunteer, you serve them, but you're able to attend these events for free and then meet people. So I was able to build connections even while I was in school. But there are a few things I wish I'd started but I wish I'd started it at a very, very sooner rate. And then remember that I said volunteering was and it's still a very big deal for me, right? Because immediately after I finished secondary school, after my A-levels, I went for my A-levels. After my A-levels, I started teaching in a secondary school. Right. And it was very, very easy for me to communicate so much value because the generational gap wasn't so wide. So I was able to relate to what they were going through. I was able to share my story. And that's one thing you must know, even as a student. Everybody has a story to tell. You are a PR professional. You cannot be a PR professional without being able to tell your stories and language it in a way that attracts stakeholders and also make a measurable impact. So the next one is, I knew there was a gap between expectations and reality. At some point, I was almost discouraged, right, with how that I might read so much and I might not get the results. So I'm telling you, even as a student, that your results are not all that it is about you. Your results are not all that it is about you. It's good to get good grades. It's good to study, but you need to discover your uniqueness. You need to discover your unique value proposition. You need to discover that thing, that single thing that makes you different from every other person. And it's in you because we all have our superpowers. So even as a PR professional in training, you need to discover your superpower. I wasn't disillusioned about the PR industry, right? I tell you that I had a medical background, so I really did not know about the PR industry. But I just knew that at that point I was doing so much regarding anchoring events, corporate events in school, being a compare. I did a lot of that while in school. I did a lot of communications, like written communications, joining this organization to direct their communications and all. Because we had a lot of look around you, even as a student, there are several NGOs around you that you could volunteer with. You could do stuff with them, and then it would help to own your skill. So I knew that while the job had its glamorous aspect, it was also demanding and it will require a lot of groundwork and resilience. I also knew that challenges would shape me. So remember that I said it was not all rosy. I had some points where I had low moments where I wasn't really impressed with my grades. But one thing brought me back to the drawing board. I had to discover my superpower. And as a student, every challenge you face is a part of your story. Because imagine we don't face challenges. Our story would just be like straightforward. There'll be no highs and lows, and it will just be straightforward. And that's why I tell myself, even till today, that irrespective of whatever comes my way, it's going to be a part of the story. Irrespective of the delay you're experiencing, it's going to be a part of your story. And that's why you need to own your story. I learned to embrace this moment as opportunities for growth and as essential steps in building my career foundation. And I'll tell you one thing that led to while Stella was introducing, she said, "Oh, so I currently work as a communications officer for Punch and Punch Media Foundation, to be precise. So Punch Media Foundation is the development arm of Punch Nigeria Limited. And what we do is we handle media partnerships for Punch, and then we also help the language the work in a great manner, right? So you see that my work in Punch is is a very big show I'm feeling. But getting I just wanted to reiterate or explain my journey, how I got there. I did not get there because I did not get there because I applied. I got there because it came from a recommendation. So remember I said I had worked on several projects while in school, and even while serving, even after school, I kept working on projects, developing myself, building my portfolio. I love to give back. I love to volunteer. So I enjoyed doing all of that. And someone saw my work and was like, wow, this person will be a great asset to the foundation. And the foundation has started like 1 year. It was like 2 years already. And there wasn't really the impact, like the work of the foundation wasn't really felt. So they didn't get someone to come on board to language and expand and help to see that also communicate the work to the stakeholders in a proper manner. And I was opportune to come on board. Why? I'm saying this because someone saw my work. So you never can tell who is watching your work. You never can tell who is watching your work. I just quickly wanted to drop that. So now I go to what I wish I knew as an undergraduate, what I wish I did as an undergraduate. So I wish I wrote professional exams earlier. Right. I'm a member, to God's glory, I'm a member of two professional bodies, Chartered Institute of Project Management, CIPM, and a NIPR, Nigerian Institute of Public Relations. And I begin to wonder that why exactly did she do CIPM again? Oh, I thought it was public relations. That's why I said my life is beautiful, right? Because I know that I knew, right, at a very early stage that I was going to be in boardrooms. I was going to have to manage people. And that was why I went for, that was the first professional exam I went for, the professional body. Like I wrote series of exams, series of stages and all. You know, that's how NIPR is. We'll still come to that. So I knew I still had to manage people. And that's why I went for Chartered Institute of Personnel Management. And it really helped to build my organization skills, my leadership skills, and people skills. So write professional exams early. Imagine I had started while I was in secondary school, while I was in university rather, I would have finished. And I know some couple of friends that enrolled for their ICANN while in school. And as they are graduating, they're not just graduating with a degree, a bachelor's degree, they're also becoming a member of a professional body. Also becoming a member of a professional body. The only professional exam I wrote in school was my medical body, like to help me become licensed, because you cannot do a professional course, a medical course, without becoming licensed and being a part of their body. So I wish I had known about these professional bodies or that I joined after school. I wish I had done them. I wish I had done my research. I wish I had joined them earlier. So doing this would have given me a head start in my career. I would have gone further than this. While I'm grateful for where God has brought me, because my journey has been God all along, and it has been evident, right, that there is speed in my journey. But while I'm grateful, if I had written professional exams earlier, I would have gone further than this. So, and then the next step or the next thing I wish I'd done earlier, or I wish I did as another graduate was, okay, so I already spoke about this, understanding professional bodies. I've spoken about this. I wish I had spent more time understanding professional bodies like the NIPR and other relevant organizations during my academic journey. This would have prepared me with a deeper understanding of industry standards and expectations. I'd like to confirm that we are following and that we are enjoying the presentation. So please, are you following? Are we together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. So early application for global opportunities. Because I'm sharing my screen, I cannot really see our facial expressions. So I would just keep it coming in the chat. I'm very sure that I'll read it all through after this presentation. So early application for global opportunities. I wish I had actively applied for opportunities. As a student, now that I'm no longer a student, there are some certain opportunities I cannot apply for. As a student, there are many opportunities you can apply for because they consider students and they'll say, oh, so let's make this available. There are so many organizations that are interested in Africa now, Ford Foundation, MasterCard, and that's why you see scholarships here and there. So I wish I had applied for global opportunities earlier. I actively started applying for opportunities in 2020 during the pandemic, and I wish I had applied earlier for scholarships, for fellowships, for those opportunities, because there's something that it does to you. When you apply for opportunities, you know, those opportunities, they will tell you to tell your stories. They will tell you to write essays. In writing essays, what are you doing? You're telling your stories. You're saying what you've done. You're communicating it in a good way. Also, I've done this. I've worked on this. I've reached out to this community and all. Imagine and that's why I tie it back to volunteering. Imagine you've not volunteered with any organization. You will not be able to tell stories. Or even if you're trying to, some people will use ChatGPT, but there is no way I would screen an application without knowing this person used ChatGPT, because this story is not original. It looks like the story another person too can give, right? So you need to be able to tell your story, but remember, you will not be able to tell your story without doing things, without serving first, without volunteering first. So I wish I had applied. I did apply in 2020 actively till now, and it has helped me greatly. it is not all applications, it is not all the opportunities you apply for that you will get, because some of these opportunities are very, very competitive. But when you applied for the first one, it helps you become better in applying for the second one. Like you already know, oh, so I think this is what I don't do right. You could even tell people to review your application. And that's what I also enjoyed doing. I help some certain people review the application. I enjoy telling stories through essays and all. So I wish I did apply for global opportunities at a very early stage, starting from like first year in school and all. Then another thing I wish I did as an undergraduate is taking courses related to my skills early. Imagine if I had taken courses related to, so if I had noticed that, oh, I taught, right, I used to teach before gaining admission to school. I've taken courses on education, on teenage relations, on communications. I would have been much more better than this. So I wish I did take courses at that early. I did take courses after, but it was not early. So I developed essential skills later on. I wish I'd begun specific courses aligned with my career path earlier. Today, there are free platforms offering relevant courses. And starting early would have significantly boosted my capabilities, right? Because there are many courses online. There's Coursera, there's LinkedIn, there's Udemy, there are several courses. One thing that you have to tell yourself is, I'm going to be intentional about growth and I'm going to give it my best, because you will not be an undergraduate for life. Like this phase, I tell myself one thing. I say this phase of life that I am in, I need to ensure that I understand my assignment in this phase, maximize the resources within my reach for this phase, and also ensure that I bring out the best. So all the resources you have been equipped with in school, all the resources online, you have to make the best of it this phase. You have to make the best of it. Take courses, register for courses. You could set you could do goal setting and say, oh, so I want to do one course a month. I want to do communications. This next month, I'm doing stakeholder management. This next month, I'm doing written communications. There are many, PR is wide, it's broad. So you need to be vast to be able to succeed. Maximizing free opportunities as an undergraduate. So there were countless free workshops, webinars, and training sessions during my undergraduate years. Looking back, I wish I had fully taken advantage of those resources, which would have expanded my network and increased my knowledge in PR. So one thing I did at a later stage during my undergraduate days was to give back, right? So every weekend I would either have a conference I was going for. If I was not going for a conference, I was going for an outreach, a medical outreach, where I would help people like conduct various tests and all. But now bringing it to PR profession, you need to understand that there are workshops, there are free workshops. There was a recent training hosted, in-house mentorship hosted by Oduniyi, a co-founder for Comes Avenue, and I did attend, irrespective. So maximize these opportunities, and then guess what? The thing is that even if you don't have, because some of them are priced, even if you know that also is beyond my budget, you could send a cold email to the organizer and on LinkedIn and say, compose a very, very nice email, sell yourself, language what you can do. I'm sorry, I would have really loved to attend this training, but due to my financial capabilities at the moment, I cannot attend. But I would love to volunteer just to be in that room. I would love to serve. In which capacity would you like me to serve? And the organizer just reading that message or email is impressed and says, oh, so don't worry, we have somebody that paid for free tickets. You could come attend. And that would be a very great one for you. So maximize free opportunities. And they do that a lot for students. They do that a lot for undergraduates. So maximize your opportunities within your reach. I wish I maximized the opportunities within my reach at a very early stage. Personal branding, build your brand. In fact, this one, I cannot overemphasize this. Build your brand. Build your brand. One of my biggest reflections is wishing I'd focused on building my brand during my undergraduate years. I tell myself, and even as I reflect, I imagine if I'd built my brand at a very early stage. Imagine building my brand right from that time when I was teaching in a secondary school, like almost 10 years ago. Imagine if I started documenting my stories on LinkedIn and saying, oh, so I just finished from secondary school, I just completed my A levels, but I'm teaching the students. And the truth is, we had so many projects we did together. So imagine if I started building my brand from then, I would have gone further than this. So build your brand. I worked on several projects, but I did not. Okay, so I had a folder because that was how I was able to apply for. I was awarded the Provost Award upon graduation. And the Provost Award in University of Ibadan is a very big one. Like if the Provost gives you an award, it means that you've really, really done a lot. So I did have to check off all the things I've done, document it, and submit for my screening. But imagine if I had built my brand, I would have gone further than this. So build your brand. If you build your brand on LinkedIn, I don't know. Okay, so if you're on LinkedIn, yeah, just say yes in the chat room or something. Just say yes and you could say your experience in the chat room. I'll read it after. Imagine if I had taken personal branding on LinkedIn seriously. It would have opened greater doors for me. Although recently I started taking it seriously. If you follow me on LinkedIn, I started taking my personal branding seriously, and it has opened greater doors. Like I cannot even start saying the opportunities that have come my way from documenting my experience on LinkedIn. And that's what I've come to tell you today. Build your brand, build your LinkedIn. If you need help, you could send a message to me on LinkedIn and I would put you through. Build your brand. If you build your brand, you go further. People, there are so many people that are doing so much, but people do not know because they don't tell their stories, right? And if you were opportune to pick between someone who tells stories regularly and does a lot, and someone who also does a lot but doesn't have anything to show for it, who would you pick? Even if the other person might not do so much as the other person that does so much, but the person regularly tells and consistently tells stories, you pick that person because you know that, so it's a win-win. As I'm investing in this person is able to come and tell my story and say, so I was funded by this person. And everybody likes, especially funders or investors, everybody likes people that will pitch them in a greater dimension. So build your brand. Opportunities in PR and how to start. So what are the opportunities? We have corporate PR, working with brands to manage their public image, like what I'm doing in Punch, is it like form of corporate PR. Agency PR, representing multiple clients, often fast-paced and diverse. So for the agency PR, while I say it's good to do agency PR, I'd rather suggest that you could do agency PR for a while to get a grasp of everything, like because you have multiple clients, you have to work. That's a good place to start. But personally, I do not think it's a good place to stay for long, especially if you're thinking of building that global brand and all. So you could move from an agency to the client side. That's what I think, rather from stories I've heard and from personal experiences too. So you could want to consider that. An agency is a place to volunteer, intern, but I do not think it's a place to build your career for long. Government and NGO PR, building relationships with stakeholders, policymakers, and the public. I remember in my cohort for the Nigerian Public Relations, on becoming an associate of Nigerian Public Relations, we had the spokesperson of the House of Representatives be a part of us. And then like it just shows that also even government representatives, they are also like that's another angle you can consider, right, in PR. How do you start? I've said this before. Look for internships even while in school. Reach out to PR agencies, media houses. You could send cold mails. If you don't know how to, you could use ChatGPT in a very, very professional manner, because many people use ChatGPT now in a very, very wrong manner. So you could use it in a professional manner to say, so I would like to do this and this and this and this. How do you suggest I do it? And then refine it. Even after it gives you, refine it to tweak, to suit your story. Start building your network now. Attend industry events, join PR-focused students group, leverage platforms like LinkedIn. I cannot even overemphasize this. Mentorship, find a mentor who can guide you. Look for someone whose career path aligns with your goals. While it is good to have mentors, but you need to know, mentors would always speak from the place they have, from their journey. So you need to know what's, when and how. Like you need to know who should be your mentor. You need to know what you want to pick from that mentor, because mentors should not, like one particular person cannot be your mentor all through. Like in phases as you move in life, you have evolving mentors and all. So you need to be very, very discerning. How to join NIPR? So I did join NIPR through the executive route. One thing is that screened my professional achievement and seen that also this person had been in the like I'd worked in the industry, in the field for a while. So I had to submit so many of my works, essays and all. And then we had a master class and I passed, I was accredited, and I was able to join NWiPR as an associate. But we have, as a student, there's the student route. Being part of the Nigeria, why is it important first? Being part of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations adds credibility to your career. If you tell anybody that, oh, yeah, an associate of NWiPR, they know that, oh, so this person has a level of, this person is a professional, and this person has a level of experience that we need on our team. So it helps to add credibility to your career. It provides access to professional development resources, a strong network and professionalism. How to join? So you could join as a student by submitting your academic credentials, passing the exam. If you go to their website, please excuse me, if you go to their website, Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, you would see how to become a member. There's a student route. You could join the student route. And I know that for the student route, you need to write exams in stages, and you need to pay the necessary fees. Then, so my key takeaway, own your journey. Don't wait for things to happen. Own your journey. Be active in creating your own path. Like I said earlier, your story is your story, and nobody can take away your story. So be proactive in creating your own path. Build relationships. Your network is one of your most valuable assets in PR. Cultivate it from the start. Adapt, grow, and learn. Challenges will come, but they will make you stronger and wiser. Those are my key takeaways. My closing and final thoughts. PR is an exciting journey, right? Because you are able to express your creativity, your communication skills, your ability to build relationships. Earlier this year, I was opportune to help my organization win a grant, and that's like a big win for me because once I'd never had a collaboration with the US consulate, but because of my role as the communications officer, I was able to language our work in a very, very good manner. And then the US consulate saw prospects in working with us, and we had that project in February this year, right? It's a big win for me because it shows that as a public relations professional, as a communications professional, there are no heights, there are no limits to which you can help even organizations that people think have a name achieve so much. Remember that the journey is just as important as the destination, and your potential is limitless. Thank you for your audience. Thank you for listening. I hope you've been able to glean so much from this presentation, and I'm looking forward to your questions. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Blessing. We really appreciate you sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you so much. Please, let's use our emoji. Round of applause for Blessing. Let's encourage her. She has really shared her knowledge, her journey, and her experience with us. So let's really appreciate her. Thank you so much, Blessing. Please, if you have any question, you can raise up your hand or you can type it on the chat. Do you have any questions for Blessing? If there was something she said that was not clear, that you need clarity on, you can ask. Or if you want to know something else related to public relations or from our presentation, do we have anybody that wants to ask any question? Esther, do you have a question?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay, please go on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Okay.
can.
As a PR, from what I learned from Mrs. Blessing, sorry, Mrs. I really appreciate. I learned from that presentation. Okay, so my little question goes like this. Okay, say I want to work with a company, and this company, am I supposed to do a research to know if this company have an integrity or they have integrity problem? Because, like she said, I'm to represent the sorry, let me go back to my notes. Okay, one of the benefit of a PR person is credibility, and then you help the organization reputation. Now, my question is, if this organization does not have a good reputation, why or how can I come in? Am I supposed to come in to help the organization, Because let's say like this. Company XYZ, and then they have competitors who are doing the same business. But this my company XYZ, they want to employ me. They want my service. But this company does not have a good reputation in terms of honesty, maybe to pay staff well, and I mean, you understand what I mean. So why should I come in to save or to salvage such organization reputation? As a PR person, am I not supposed to work for a company that has good reputation? Because that's what I'm keen. I'm keen for people who have, or company who have good reputation. Why should I come in to work for someone who doesn't have a good reputation? Who sees red and call it black? Who sees what will affect the people, and you still produce it, and then you want me to come and speak as a PR person that is to cover your organization, to I mean to yeah, to tell people that, okay, no, my company is the best, is the best. Meanwhile, in there, we know that my company is not the best. So I mean, I'm wrapping my head around this. Can you help me? Mrs. Blessing, did you get my question?
Yes, I did. I did get your question.
Okay. Yeah, please
First
throw
and
more light, because
foremost,
it's
on a
actually
lighter note,
confusing. Yes.
okay, on a lighter note, I would say it is Mrs. I know you were a bit, is it Mrs. or Miss, or it's Mrs. And shout out to my husband for helping me design the slides. I just have to say that. But
Okay, Mrs. Blessing, I was
okay,
correct there.
so so it is very, very important to work with an organization that you are able to ascertain that they are credible. Because trust me, you don't want to be in a state where you're asked, because as a PR professional, you will represent your organization. So I tell myself, and funny enough, my colleagues tell me I'm Miss this, Miss Punch, Miss this one, that one, because it looks like I've carried Punch Media Foundation so much on my head that even when you wake me from the sleep, I'm able to say something about what we do. I'm always prepared. Like I already have it in my head. So imagine you are doing that as a PR professional. You do not want to do that for an organization you are not sure they are credible. Because we have a lot of ethical issues in organizations. We have several ethical issues in organizations. We have situations where PR professionals, we have to cover up and use one lie to cover up another lie and all. Trust me, you don't want to be found in that position. So what you have to do before getting into an organization is do your background research. There are so many things that you will get to know from doing background research. Go online, go to Glassdoor, go to Indeed, go and check their reviews. Also, what are people saying about this organization? Go on LinkedIn, get to connect with somebody that works with the organization. On the first day of connection, it's not the day you start saying, please, I want to know about this organization, because everybody wants to play safe and wants to be safe. Get to be connected with the person. Tell the person you're interested in, like connecting and having conversations. Build the conversation for a while. And from there, you can ask a genuine question and come out and be sincere. So I'm actually looking to work in this organization. What do you think? From your experience, I would like you to share. I'm very, very sincere, and I want you to be sincere. And you have them tell you their real life experiences. But people might not want to share and become vulnerable at the first stage of going into their DMs. So you have to know how to nurture and build relationships. So get somebody that works in there, get your facts. Get your facts. We've heard a lot of gossip about, in quotes, in our local parlance, about organizations, and several things are happening. But do your background check. It is very, very important. As an ethical person, I'm very, very loud about my principles. And I do not work with an organization that will tarnish my reputation, right? Because I'm also helping to manage, as a communications professional, I'm helping to manage the reputation of that organization. And I do not work with an organization that would tarnish my own image, because it is me first, it is you first, before the organization comes in. So organizations are like, they're like in faces. Because you are a member of this organization today, it doesn't mean you stay there for life, right? You need to know when to transition from one position to the other. You need to know your assignment in So you need to know your assignment in that organization. So I know my assignments in College. I know when I'm to leave, right? So it doesn't make me, everything has an expiry date, but many people do not understand that principle, right? So everybody just says, I have a place of work, I'm working there. No, you cannot afford to live your life like that. From being a student from now, make up your mind that I'm going to work with global organizations that have reputations. And even as a principal person that I am, I'm going to help them language that and bring so much value to that role that they are so proud. Like, I'm proud of myself. I'm able to say, oh, so I work with this and that. And I'm not saying MMM when people ask me questions. I hope I've been able to answer your question.
Oh, yes, you did. In fact, I had goosebumps on my body when you said your principle that you don't compromise. You keep your integrity.
Yes,
You also
do not
want
compromise.
integrity intact. I really love that, ma. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you so much, Blessing, for handling that question. Queen, thank you for asking. If that's all the questions we have, we are going to move on. Thank you so much, Blessing. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. So, to all the students on the call, we have a lot of programs for you. The PRO Student Summit is what we organize for students to sort of introduce them to public relations. Sorry about the noise, it's raining here. We also have the Student Ambassadorship Program, but it is strictly for female. So what this program is about is 5 selected females from different institutions are selected based on their performance, their interest to represent Nigerian women in public relations, to educate the student body about public relations. I would say just like you have fellowship in schools that they preach the gospel, but this time they'll be preaching public relations, how you can get started. And the unique thing about this is they're also learning because they get to meet mentors that will train them. They also get resources to also learn. At the same time, they are building their public speaking skills, they are building leadership skills, and they are learning whole public relations. And when they graduate, they're on another level. So we have the ambassadorship program for 5 females from different institutions. And female students that are interested can reach out to us to know how to get started. We also have the prep program, that is the PRO and COPS program that provides peer organizations with interns and entry-level public relations professional. So what we do is we get organizations that want interns or entry level, and we combine interns. So from our ambassadorship program, we already have some people that we know that have the expertise and experience. Those people will be the first on the list to be sent to these agencies. So we have lots and lots of programs for undergraduates, and we'll say stay tuned to Nigerian Women in Public Relations so you do not miss any information. Thank you very much. And we have our next speaker, Edose Eromosele. She is the corporate communications office specialist at Harcourt Electricity. I'll just read her profile. She's a dedicated and dynamic corporate communications officer, and she plays a crucial role in shaping the company's internal and external communication strategy. With a robust background in corporate communications, she has successfully contributed to key initiatives in the Port Harcourt Electricity Distribution PLC. Her expertise spans from corporate storytelling, digital communication. She's also known for her creative insights. She's passionate about fostering positive community relations. She has led several projects to enhance employee engagement and brand visibility. So she has this belief that limits exist only in the mind. So know that limits only exist in your mind. She combines a love for reading, dancing, and community service to drive impactful change in our workplace and beyond. Thank you so much, Edose. She's driving impactful initiative by accepting to do this with us. Thank you so much. We are very excited to have you. Please go on.
Thank you so much, Stella. Thank you so much, everyone, for having me. It's truly an honor to be here. Okay, let me just share my screen for, okay. Okay, can everyone see?
No.
Yes, we
Okay.
can.
All right. Yes, we can see now.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So, first of all, I'd like to thank the Nigerian Women in PR and the management of NTA TV College for creating this platform and inviting me here today. Your efforts in promoting the growth of young professionals, particularly women in PR and communications, are inspiring and commendable. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm truly excited to be here today because the students, all the students remind me of myself just a few years ago. And I remember sitting in a classroom, wondering what the future had in store for me. I've always wanted to break into the communication space, but I've always had doubts. Well, starting out, my mom was a teacher. Yes, she's still a teacher. Yeah, she's not yet retired. And she had a school. She has a school, yeah. So basically during holidays, whenever I'm free at the university, once in university, I'll join her in teaching the students during the holiday period. Yeah, so that communication between myself and somebody else, let's say the students right now, formed the basics for me, but I never knew, it was just coming up, but I never knew it was actually forming the basics. Okay, yeah, that's better. It was actually forming the basics for, I think it's okay. Please just hold on. I think I'm having issues setting up. Okay. All right. Okay, so yeah, so back to what I'm saying, it actually shaped my, shaped my mindset into this public relations and communications thing. So, well, when I was in school, I wondered, am I actually ready? What if I don't land a job? Those questions came into my mind. That was what was just ringing in my head. What if I don't land a job? I'm actually ready for this. Well, it wasn't an easy journey, but today I want to share my experiences with you, the highs, the lows, and the lessons I've learned along the way. My hope is that by the end of this, you feel more confident about the path ahead. Okay. So today I'll be talking on the academic foundation, your academic foundation, how it is relevant and important. How is the building, how is the building block for the journey ahead? I also talk about transitioning into the professional world. I'll talk about the essential PR skills you'll be needing, the challenges I face as a new professional, and my journey in corporate communications. Okay, so the academic foundation. So let's start with your time here in college, in the NTA TV College. Believe me, this period is crucial. I mean, very, very crucial. I really remembered those long nights of studying, preparing for exams, working on group projects, case studies. Back then, I used to think, is all of this really important to help me in the real world? And mind you, I studied English and communication arts, so I've always been in the field. I've always been in line with this PR and communications thing. So I'll be like, reading, doing all of these things, these courses and all, will it actually help me in the future, or am I just, doing it for the sake of it? Back then, be like, let's just graduate with a 2-1 or a 2-2, and we just leave this forward or university, probably start a business, like my friends say, start a business or something. But I never knew that it was actually shaping me for the future. So I realized I'm looking back right now, I've realized how much my education has shaped my understanding of communication and media. So courses like communications theories, media relations and writing skills, research and audience insights, of which I know you guys are learning right now, they are the building blocks. They are the building blocks for the future ahead. They are the building blocks to being a PR personnel, a PR professional. In the communications theory, these are just like some of the courses I know you guys are learning in school already, in this college already. Communications theories, having a strong grasp of the communications models, such as the Shannon-Weaver model, the two communications model, will help you understand how information flows between an organization and the public. We also have media relations and writing skills, of which I know you guys are already honing that skill already. Knowing how to write press releases, articles, and content is essential. Understanding how to build relationships with media outlets. NTA is already a media outlet, but understanding how to build that relationship between other media outlets, both TV and radio, is very, very important. The research and audience insights as well. Effective PR requires understanding your audience. The research methods such as surveys, focus groups helps gather insights and measure attitudes and evaluate project effectiveness. Now, there's something I want to do. I want you all to do for me. I have a question. So, and you will just give it to me. You can just write it in the comment section. So, okay. So the question is, what do you think is the most important skill when writing a press release? What do you think is the most important skill when writing a press release? Is it clarity? Is it timing or creativity? If you know the answer, just put it down in the comment section. That's the chat box. What do you think is the most important skill when writing a press release? Is it clarity? Is it timing? Is it creativity? I'm trying to navigate the comment section right now. Okay.
Please repeat the question, ma'am.
Okay, so what do you think is the most important skill when writing a press release? Is it clarity? Is it timing or creativity? Okay.
Timing, creativity, and
Clarity.
clarity. Okay.
Okay, someone here is saying clarity. Abdul Malik says clarity. Okay, and so I still need more answers. Anyone? What do you think is the most important skill when writing a press release? Is it clarity? Is it timing or creativity? I need to see more answers, please. Okay, I'm seeing timing and clarity. Okay, all for writing. Okay. Let's test your knowledge right now. Okay. Megan says being creative and clarity. Okay, okay. Queen Esther says timely is the most important skill. Is the most important skill. Being timely is the most important skill. All right. Okay, so well, you all are correct. You all did well, but each of these answers, yeah, both clarity, timing, and creativity plays a crucial role. Clarity ensures your message is understood, timing makes it relevant, and creativity catches all the attention rather. So finding the balance is actually key. So while it may not feel like it now, while you're still trying to, understand what is going on, the college thing, everything, lecturers and all, reading, midnight reading, everything, you're still trying to understand everything going on. Everything you're learning right now will make sense when you step into the professional world. Trust me. The theories, the case studies, the project assignments, they're all building blocks. And trust me, it's worth it. Trust me, it is worth it. So let's go back into the slide. All right. So let's go into transitioning into the professional world. Sorry, I'm having a bit of challenges trying to navigate both sharing the screen and all, and the other interface too, the main interface. So now let's go into the transitioning into the professional world. So let's talk about the transition from student to professional rather. I remember feeling excited but nervous when I first graduated. The question was always, how do I break into such competitive field? PR is a very competitive field. You see this person in the PR, you see what she has done. Probably you come on LinkedIn, you see Blessing, see what Blessing has achieved. She has done this, she has done that. Oh, I'm just coming into the field. Can actually match up, can actually meet up. The whole buzz in on LinkedIn will make it look like you are not even there yet and you cannot match up. But the answer came to me when I took internships. I could see on the screen internships. So internships are very important. Just like Blessing said, internships are very important. I did internships, and these experiences gave me hands-on learning that the classroom could not provide. I'm not saying going to school is wrong. Don't get me wrong. I've talked about being in the classroom, the educational foundation as the bedrock and the building blocks, but internships gives you that hands-on experience that the classroom couldn't provide for you. In fact, I encourage each and every one of you to pursue internships, freelance work, and volunteering opportunities. Volunteering opportunities are very, very important. Right now, I volunteer for an organization which is the Raising Women Initiative by Dr. May. So we work with stakeholders to challenge the status quo on gender equality, and the rights of women and girls. It has exposed me to so many things I didn't know. It has helped me in shaping my mentality about the communications world. Basically, I write most of the stories and the articles in the magazine. We have magazines. We produce our magazines or publish our magazines once every month. So we write articles and stories. Writing those articles and stories has shaped my mentality about this public relations thing. So that is where you gain the real world experience. You learn to handle actual projects and you build connections that can last a lifetime. Another key part of transitioning into the professional world is networking. Back then, I made it a point to attend industry conferences and events. I connected with some professionals in the field and even outside the field, some of which I'm still in touch with today. Social media platforms such as LinkedIn, Blessing talked about LinkedIn, my co-speaker talked about the importance of LinkedIn. So social media platforms like LinkedIn are also your best friend. Please do not limit what LinkedIn can do. So don't be afraid to reach out to professionals for advice or to explore this opportunities. You can reach out to me after this summit if you have issues or difficulties opening one. So we also have mentorship. Mentorship is another crucial and critical element. If you don't have a mentor, please seek out one. please go and search for a mentor, someone in the same field, someone in the PR field, and someone who can help you navigate the early stages of your career. Trust me, their advice is priceless. Sorry. So moving on, let's go into the essential PR skills. The skills we'll be needing for this PR professionalism and this communications thing we are talking about here. So first of all, the first thing you need is communication. After all, what's public relations without communication? Public relations is about managing the communications between the organization and its audience. So your ability to create a clear and engaging message, whether verbally or in writing, would be a huge asset. So the next on the list is adaptability. So adaptability is also essential. The PR field is constantly evolving with new trends and digital platforms and unexpected crises. So you have to stay on top of your game by learning continuously and adapting quickly. Next on the list is the crisis management. So crisis management is another skill you need. In PR, crises happen a lot. Just like what I think that was Queen Esther was asking. Yes, Queen Esther, yes. So crises happen a lot when you get into an organization. Crises happen. So your ability to handle negative publicity and respond to creatively respond to strategies. Okay, creative response strategies is very important. So lastly, we'll talk about creativity and public problem solving. They are the core to this PR. In this field, you often need to think out solutions. You have to launch projects with limited resources, think out solutions, think outside the box to create and handle projects or find solutions to complex challenges. I've had to be creative on multiple occasions, and it's always very exciting to see the results with when your ideas work. So let's talk about the challenges as a new professional. The challenges as a new professional. Men, guys, I won't sugarcoat this. The transition from students to professional isn't always easy. I've faced a lot of challenges in my early years, and one of the biggest challenges was imposter syndrome. Is that little voice in your head that says, am I really good enough to be here? I've learned that nearly everyone experiences this at some point in their early career. And it is important to push through by focusing on your strengths and the value that you bring to the table. Now, imposter syndrome is the persistent feeling that you're not as competent or capable as others perceive you to be, and that you are likely to be found out as fraud. So one of the challenges I faced was imposter syndrome. So next was learning on the job, theory versus practice. So another challenge was theory versus practice. It can be very overwhelming at first, especially when you're juggling multiple projects with tight deadline. You know what they taught you in school, and then you're now trying to bring it into practice. It's like there's no balance, but at some point I was becoming confused. I know I've actually learned this in school, but how do I bring it to the real world? It was actually a challenge for me as a new professional. So next was handling mistakes. Handling mistakes. Man, mistakes are a natural part of any job, especially in the fast-paced environment like PR. The pressure to always be perfect can make mistakes feel bigger than they are, but they happen to everyone. So you see, you can make mistakes at work and you be like, that you've done a big thing. That's because you're just starting this field. But trust me, you're learning on the job, and mistakes are bound to happen. Don't worry. So my journey in corporate communications. So as a corporate communications specialist in PhD, my role involves managing the company's internal and external communications. So on a typical day, I could be working on press releases, managing the social media platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, yes, and strategizing on how to handle a particular campaign, safety campaign, community engagement, and so. So every day is different, and that was what I loved about this career. career. So it keeps me on my toe. You don't know what's the next thing your HOD or the MD of the company will bring to the table. So one of my biggest projects was me working on the launch of our magazine, the PhD's magazine called the PhD Post. So this project gave me the chance to showcase my communication skills while also handling the design, the distribution, and the promotional aspects of this magazine. It was a huge team effort. I had a team, we worked together, and at the end, we're so proud that we're able to achieve something really big as the PhD magazine. So my advice to aspiring PR professionals. So this is what I have to say. So first of all, you have to stay curious. The PR industry is always changing, and it's important to stay updated on new tools, new technologies, and new trends. So the more you learn, the more valuable you become. And second, be proactive in seeking opportunities, whether it's an internship, whether it's a volunteering job or something, or a freelance gig. Every experience builds your portfolio. Just whatever you do, whatever you've done, just keep documenting it, like Blessing will say, keep documenting it. And the best place to do that is LinkedIn. And trust me, doors will open for you. Doors will open for you if you do that. So you have to create your own opportunities. Don't wait for them to come to you. And finally, stay ethical. PR is about managing the reputations of a company or the client you're working for. And one wrong move, the damage oh poor. So please, you have to stay ethical and always maintain transparency and integrity in everything you do. So what I have here on my screen is the key to success in PR is resilience. No matter the obstacles, please keep pushing forward. Your hard work, your dedication, and passion will always set you apart. Thank you so very much for listening. So if you have any questions, please just drop it in the comment section. Thank you so much. And yeah, God bless. All right, over to you, Stella.
Thank you so much, Edose. We're really grateful. Please, let's give her a round of applause, an online round of applause. Thank you so much. And the part that really touched me is making mistakes on the job. If you are learning, you know that mistakes are bound to happen, but be willing to communicate and move past that. So thank you so much for sharing so much insight with the students today. I know they've been able to learn a lot that they will apply in their career as they go on and even graduate. So thank you so much. I don't know if there's any question for Edose. If you have any question, please, if you want to speak, you can raise up your hand. If you can also type on the chat. So do we have any question? Bello is on the call, Jacqueline, Megan, Melvin, Queen Esther. Do we have any question for Edose?
No, I don't have much.
Okay.
But I just want to commend her on her successful presentation. I really enjoy it.
Thank you
Seriously.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And
Really
I can say
appreciate it.
this is my first time having meeting online here. And for the first time, I could not be able to at least to differentiate between the work of journalism and the PR. But at least having you here, you people, you enlighten me. I am able to understand the work of PR is to polish or manage the reputation of an organization, of an individual, or brand to public. So at least I thank God for having you here. It's truly insightful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Abdumali.
Thank you for sharing that. Okay, if we do not have questions, do we have appreciation or
Okay,
feedback?
someone is actually raising her hand. Queen Esther is raising her hand over there. I think I can see
Okay,
that.
please go on, Esther.
Question.
Okay.
Please, Edose, right?
Yes. Yes.
Question I have is about the question you asked, and that was a test. So I expected a score. And then the question was the most important. That means the other two are also important, but which is the most important? So I think you didn't nail it. You didn't nail it there for me, because I looked at the three, they are important, but you stressed the most important skill. So please, I want you to hit it for me so that I will learn which was the most important in writing a press release. I feel timely was important because working on time, how many minutes is this press release? What is the duration I have to write it? So that's why I picked time. So I feel you didn't do justice to that answer, ma.
Okay, so it was not actually timely, but timing. How
timing,
relevant, yes, how
timing.
relevant it is at that particular time. So we're not looking, when I'm talking about press releases, we're not looking for stale news. We're looking for news that is happening as it hot. Let me use that word, as it hot. So we don't want stale news that happened 2 weeks ago, news that happened 3 weeks ago, and you're writing a press release on it. It's already gone. So when I mean timing, I mean it should be relevant in that particular time. And then clarity too, ensuring that your message is understood. If your message is not understood, you've not done anything. If your message is not understood by your audience, you have not done anything. That's why I said both clarity, both creativity, and both timing are the most important. I was expecting you guys to give me the three. I think I saw an answer there by the NWiPR programs. Yes, I think that was Stella that wrote it there. It was actually correct. So whether you say timing, whether you say clarity, whether you say creativity, they are both correct. I don't know if that answers the question.
So that means we would have the full answer as all of the above.
Fine. They are all important. Creativity,
all of the above.
Yes, they are all important. Thank you very much.
That was tricky.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Blessing. Thank you so much, Edose. Hope everyone can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining. For the students that joined, thank you so much. We got a lot of feedback that the students were having issues with Microsoft Teams. We had issues with joining, so that's why a lot of them couldn't join. But we'll put it up on YouTube so that they can watch and gain from this session. So we just want to say thank you so much to our speakers for coming. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with the students. Really appreciate. In your parts to creating impact, we wish you well, and we know that this is just the starting point. The sky is beyond your limit. Before you know, now we'll be seeing you in different boardrooms and different platforms speaking, and that is our wish for you. We say thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. So that will be the end of today's summit. Please do enjoy the rest of your day. And if you have any questions for the students, you can ask me. For the speakers, I will be sending you an email with a survey form to get your feedback on the summit. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much.
An honor.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Blessing.
Thank you,
Wow.
Edose.
Before we go,
so
can
much.
we turn on? Thank you. Before we go, can we turn on our video? Let's take a shot. Before we go, can we take a shot with our videos on? think Edose has left, but it's fine.
No, I'm still here.
Thank
I'm
you
here.
so much. Oh, okay. I can't see your video. Maybe it's my network.
I think so.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye.